Yo, what's up, man? It's Reyes, and you're listening to The Rodriguez Show.
And we back on The Rodriguez Show here on Hits 101 Radio. And we have a very special guest returning. Last time you were here was September 2016. We just celebrated our 4-year anniversary. We've had guests come back after years. Tommy Skyrunner, how's it going, man?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain. How about you?
Good, man. Chilling here. 2016 was the last time you were on here. Startrooper Co. That's Instagram and star-trooper.com, right?
Yep.
And check it out. You got an event coming up on May 3rd called Idle Hours. We'll talk about that in a second. But so catch us up, man. What's been going on in your life since 2016?
Honestly, man, just a lot of working, a lot of creative searches for inspiration and stuff, and then just a lot of figuring out how to run the system a little bit better, trying to become more professional in a lot of manners and stuff. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you made a lot of great pieces so far. I mean, since then, and you had some good ones when you started too. When you came here the first time, I'm wearing one of your shirts right now too. You want to talk about this collection?
So basically, this collection is my spring and summer 2019. It's called Idle Hours, and basically, it's a exploration of what people do in their idle time. So, for example, you do a radio show, I make clothes, homies make music, just whatever your creative passion is or whatever it is that inspires you, that's what you do in your time when you're not obligated to do something, you know?
Yeah.
So sort of just, that was the root of the whole concept. And then from there, just expanded on the concepts of the clothing line, balance, completion, and change.
Yeah.
And then also Chicago.
Oh, okay. I like that, man. And then you can get some of the pieces right now at Startrooper, right? They'll be available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A few of the t-shirts and a few of the dresses are available for pre-order, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, and they're still dope pieces, man. And what change have you seen in your work since you started? Since even 3 years ago?
The change probably, man, honestly, is just the seriousness, and then also just the aesthetic has changed a little bit. Yeah. It's still the same thing. It's still rooted in that streetwear culture, but I feel now I'm more focused on creating garments that can last a long time, and then also just creating something that's unique. So once you see it, it's just it's cool. Yeah,
I remember because when I got the shirt, you sent me additional pieces. You had this vest thing that I like the way it looks, and it's I don't see that often, and that's a unique piece too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the sample pieces. It's sort of just some chill, summer type of stuff.
Yeah. It was perfect. I like it.
Thank you.
So you shot the lookbook too for this. How was that?
Oh, that was fun. That was not exactly how it was planned. Behind the scenes, I really planned to do that shoot maybe 2 weeks in advance. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 weeks prior. But what really happened was that I was having issues with trying to figure out the logistics with the model and the photographers and stuff. So then I didn't want to postpone another week, so I just decided to shoot for myself, and that's how it turned out. And it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Even you're telling me it's last minute, it's still great work for being last minute. You were rushing it. And you've expanded too recently. I know you interviewed me a couple of years ago too. You started doing interviews for Startrooper Co. How did that come about?
Sort of get inspiration from you, man. Just coming on here and then seeing how you all were interviewing and seeing just how you all have just expanded has been sort of crazy. And then one of my other friends, Sanaa, back in Chicago, she started doing interviews, and she does a lot of stuff for Hollywood celebrities and stuff like that. So just being inspired by that, but then also wanted to channel new artists and artists that I saw that were really dope to me, that I just thought that other people should check out if they wanted to.
Yeah, because you got a variety of people. You have me and Anum. You interviewed both of us separately, right? But then who else have you interviewed?
One of my friends, Zizi, from New York, she's a designer and also an interior architecture, but she's really into sustainable stuff. That's the homie. This one photographer named Charlie Black from Indiana. One photographer that does all film photography from London named Brandon. Just people from all over the place. But I mean, I try to tap just all over the world, but then also make sure that I stay based in LA and Chicago, because that's where spend most of my time.
Yeah, and you're always around artists. I want to ask about. I know Johnny Blow, Key, your friend Key. I don't know if you do still live with you.
Check out GT if you haven't. GT's that's out right now. It's fire, fire.
He came and performed those tracks, and they were so good on here too. GT's out now, and then Blake or Mr. Jones now, as he goes. How is it? You guys still live together? Mm-hmm. And how is that? Like, is it cool to live off people that are creative as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like it's a melting pot of creative energy, and then it's just like, even if I'm not feeling uninspired a week or something, I'm hearing something from the other room sonically that just sounds cool, that inspire me to either go create some music, draw something, etc.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And it's like a creative environment to live in, and I like it. What can we expect from this event? Idle Hours next week, next Friday, May 3rd. So you've been working on this for a while. What is it?
2 years in the making, man. Just like really just an event just for pretty much everybody who's just been supportive of the brand, has been supportive of just like creative like things. We're just going to come together, have a great time, doing the first fashion show that we've ever done and like constructed ourselves. So
yeah.
Just have the whole team working behind. We're going to have merchandise. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have DJ, homies DJing. And then it's just going to be, and then Johnny Blow is MCing. So then it's just going to be like a group environment type of thing.
And Johnny Blow is hilarious on the mic too. He's not just a great performer. He's hilarious in person too. That's cool, man. And you also have a project you're working, also called Idle Hours. You're working on the project, a music project. So how did that come about?
That was a concept that like I had a few years ago. Like when I was probably like in high school, like maybe like 2014 or whatever. I was like rapping with one of my good friends, Tup, and we were talking about creating a project, so on and so forth. And then like that was part of the name for the original project. So then when I was working on this season, after I finished the last season, Metro City, I was just thinking about what to do moving forward. Yeah. Then the Idle Hours came about, and then from there it was just like, all right, sonically that's how I want it to sound, and then visually that's how I can present the clothes. So it's just like tied together perfectly.
Yeah, and that's cool, man, because I feel like now more than ever, music and clothing are tied together. Like everything that there's always a culture attached to a piece of clothing that goes along with music, right?
I completely agree.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that's how it's been since the beginning. Like my Adidas and stuff like that, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, man, hip hop especially has always been a big. But even rock and roll, it's so you have this project coming out, and then you produced some beats too. I saw that on your Instagram. Is that just another like I wanted to make beats, so I did?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like Blake and Key, they both Johnny
Blow and Mr. Jones.
Yeah, they both make music and stuff. So like I was working with them and just seeing them, being inspired by them since I've like met them and stuff, is just like really been really cool. So they taught me a bunch of stuff after learning how to do it. I knew it was one of those things that once I got into music, it was going to sort of immerse me. And that's just sort of how that was. And from there, I've just been making beats and stuff.
And they're pretty chill beats, man. And who do you try to like? Is there anybody those guys, but any other inspirations for these beats?
I listen to a lot of different music, but I mean, like, as far as like for making beats, I like them to have like a bombastic sound. So like, a lot of Ye, a lot of Dilla, a lot of Madlib, a lot of MF Doom.
Yeah,
that's really pretty much my range of pockets.
Yeah, that's tight, man. And I like people making stuff like that. I mean, Mondo, you make a lot of great beats too. By the way, just shout out. He was looking at me like,
I gotta hit something.
Yeah. Mondo produced a lot. He produced our theme song too. Oh, yeah. So you have the event and the project. What else are you looking forward to this year? Like, what is the next step?
Oh. Dude, a lot. So I don't know if I'm gonna say that right now.
Just tease something.
Okay, so it's gonna definitely be another event. So this is just the first fashion show. Yeah. I'm gonna let everybody know right now. There's gonna be another one in the fall. So that's gonna be the 5th season of like STTR, where we're actually going to do another fashion show. That one should be bigger, more elaborate, etc. Yeah. Also, I have an event going on later on this summer with my homie ZZ, and we're planning to do a pop-up, but more details about that will expand probably in the next few months. So
yeah, it's cool, man. It's good to put yourself out there like that. I saw you at the Fuck You Mean one last year. That one was tight too.
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
And those guys, they got crazy. The Long Beach performers.
Oh yeah, they know how to break down, man. I like it.
So where are you headed now? What's your ultimate goal with Startrooper Co? Like what do you see yourself doing with it years from now?
Just building a successful fashion house, man. I just want it to be something that's not necessarily categorized in any boxes or barriers, and just really just a creative like company that does fashion majority of the time, but also focuses on expanding entrepreneurial ideas, doing music, doing aspects in film if necessary, and just doing a lot of creative things. I just want it to be like a creative hub where anybody that's like interested can come, we can join. If you have an idea and necessarily you don't have all the know-how or the tools, we have a squad of people, just come on and we can get it done.
Yeah. Nice, man. And you're doing all the right things to create that, and I'm excited to see where Startrooper Co. goes next. Let's give out the plugs real quick at Startrooper Co. on Instagram, star-trooper.com. And you got Idle Hours next week. That's the event on May 3rd. It's going to be LA area, right?
Yeah. Also, one more thing. Plan on like dropping off a few tickets. Going to release that information this week. So they're going to be tickets all over OC and a few of them in LA as well. So if you're paying attention and you're catching up on the Instagram and stuff, then you may be able to grab them.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you where they're at. Yeah, I'll post them on Instagram. Yeah, we'll post them on Instagram, and we'll do a little shout out to you when they're up. So don't worry, we got you. Sure. So yeah, Tommy. So before you go, thank you for being here. By the way, driving out here. We have this segment called 60 Seconds With. So this is gonna be rapid fire. Are you ready for this? Do you think you can handle this?
I was born ready, man.
He was born ready for this. 60 Seconds With. Tell me when to go. Ready? You ready?
Yeah,
let's do it. Favorite comic book character?
Ooh, Human Torch.
Favorite song right now?
Yeah, Tamara.
One word to describe you in high school?
Spontaneous and spontaneous. Man.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I know how to do ceramics.
Oh, nice. First song you illegally downloaded?
Man, I don't know. It was probably some LimeWire shit though.
Rappin' Drake or Sad Drake?
One more time?
Rappin' Drake or Sad Drake?
Ooh, Rappin' Drake.
Sports car or classic car?
A sports car.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
And one word to describe your favorite thing about fashion?
Individuality.
And that's 60 Seconds with Tommy Skyrunner from Startrooper Co. Thank you for being here, man. And we're gonna. Oh yeah, of course, man. Come back anytime. And we got a track we're gonna play right off the project.
Yeah, it's called Dungarees, man.
All right, we're gonna listen to that right now. Mondo's gonna drop it on the Rodriguez Show. Let's get it.